Like all great time travelers on this platform, my memory feels like home to me when I remember those good old days of tutelage and exploits. To be able to have a flashback is to live twice, once in my growing up years, once in my present. My name is Olufemi Oladele Oyebanjo, and here is my good old days story. I am a native of Agowe in Ogun State and a proud Ijebu man. My father's name, Samuel Olakunle Oyebanjo, and of course my mother's name, late Mrs. Patience Oyebanjo of blessed memory. They were both in the teaching profession. As the first child of my parents, I grew up quickly into different responsibilities. The training was to watch over and take care of my siblings, a big brother posture, sort of. I grew up in a Christian home where my father was a Methodist church organist and my mother a strong leader in women's fellowship. I joined the choir at about age 12 and I became a choir leader in Methodist Church, Idode to be precise, in Agowe, where God inspired me to be composer of songs while combining the gift with drumming and percussions. I was and still good in drumming. My parents early in life taught me to be contented with what God has given me. They taught me not to race against time, but wait patiently for God to lead the way. They taught me not to compare myself with others, relying on a passage in the Bible that says, God makes all things possible at His own time. These values I cherish and keep to my chest till date. I thank them for such great tutelage. I attended St. Peter's Primary School, Eshure, Ijebu, Imoshin. My parents' school was an enjoyable and envious experience because I was schooling where my mother was a teacher. I enjoyed the special privilege of being a teacher's son. In those days, when teachers were regarded very highly and the profession was very enviable, trekking and walking to and fro from school was fun. We will engage in different forms of games like rolling of tires within the community, playing of table soccer with crankcocks, and building houses and objects with sand. Such a great fun. While growing up, there were no fears of kidnapping. Safety was more or less guaranteed. We will move from one house to the other, playing and eating Sahara. Oh, how I love eating Sahara. Sahara means benevolent meals to appease the gods. The purpose could be to protect the celebrants or wards off evil from the celebrants. I recall vividly, we will use this biggest jar of Milo can, popularly called Babasala, as drums and singing Onisara Koniku, Onisara Konirun, meaning the celebrant would not die or suffer any ailment. It was fun, having over 20 people digging hands into the same pots to eat together. Those were days when there were no trust issues at all. Communal living was fun. My secondary school at Obanta Comprehensive High School, Awa, Ijebu, was equally filled with fun memories. Apart from academic brilliance, which we strive to achieve, I can safely say we passed through the school and the school passed through us. I was always the master of ceremony in many of the school's party and social events. And you know, as masters of ceremony, you have authority over food, you have authority over drinks, you have authority, of course, as a young man on many ladies who will want to relate with you and probably have a relationship with you. Will I say I had my own fair share of the fun? Those were days of love letter writing, professing love that we knew no deep meaning of what it stood for. Examples that abound like letter like time and ability plus double capacity has forced my pen to dance automatically on this benedicted sheet of paper. Why these miraculous things happen is because I love you spontaneously and I stand horizontal to the wall and perpendicular to the ground. I only think of you. Please stop haranguing with the feelings in my heart because I love you more than a snake's love to ride. Each time I see you, my metabolism suddenly stops and my peristalsis goes in reverse gear. My medulla oblongata also stops functioning. Ha 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 ha. So much to say. However, in all of this, we were taught to be focused and make meaning of our lives. We were taught the merit of hard working and conscientiousness. At Ogun State Polytechnic now, which is called Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, where I studied electrical electronics engineering, my love for singing and drumming made me to join Palm Wine Drinkers Club and Teaklub. As an ardent believer in the fact that happiness is best developed through personal growth, healthy social interactions, and community service, these clubs serve as an open invitation for students to come together. We drink tea, we drink palm wine, watch and read thought-provoking materials, enter in explorative conversation. We engage in social bonding activities, and we give back to the community through service and justice work. I became the curator and drummer of the Kegite Club, and also a singer and a drummer of the Teaklub, and I rose to the level of becoming the chief Teaklub. I follow up in this trend of socialization through my HND in the Yaba College of Technology and through my master's degree at University of Greenwich in UK and my MBA at University of Gloucester in United Kingdom. I must note that the allure of serving God moved me to back a postgraduate diploma in theology from the Redeemed Christian Bible College, and I was privileged to be a parish pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God about 20 years ago before I left for a greener pasture outside the shores of this country. Now I am back into this land filled with promises and hope. While some see despair, I see hope in this nation, Nigeria. While some see a blurry future, I see a greater future. Nigeria will walk. All we need to do is to imbibe that greatest value of honesty, hard work, contentment, and of course the fear of God. It is possible for us to dig deep and discover what our problems are and jointly prefer a lasting solution, devoid of any ethnic or religious colorations. We can have a cultural rebirth and sound ethical orientation that will give our youth a better vision of a new day and a promising tomorrow that will outshine the good old days. We certainly can up the game and change the narrative by doubling our efforts. Collectively, we can make a difference, not just for the sake of the coming generations, but for our futures too. Our leaders too must embrace self-sacrificial leadership and surrender personal benefits to encourage followers' empathy. They should create an enabling environment for the youth to strive in their various fields of expertise. We can look beyond what the past has told us we were and evolve a new consciousness aimed at making right what was and is wrong. And like a bird singing in the rain, let grateful memories survive in time like this to assist us in shaping and securing a greater future for not only our children, but for us too. I, Engineer Samuel Oyebanjo, therefore align with others and join my good friend, Sir Shemori Badejo, in this collective drive towards a greater tomorrow. Thank you.